Hello, beautiful tribe. It's Karina Nickerson, and I am making a short video today about something that might be helpful for some of you if you're struggling in relationship with somebody who you know needs help, and your usual ways or the ways that you're trying to help them are not working. So how do you help somebody who's having a hard time? And how do you help somebody who doesn't seem to be willing to be helped? Or maybe they say they're willing to be helped, but you sense that they're not really willing to do the work that's required for them to be really happy and fulfilled in their life. So if you're somebody who has somebody, who doesn't? If you're somebody who has somebody in their life who you care deeply for, who maybe you have some concern about, and you're not quite sure how to help or what to do, then stay tuned. This is for you. So let's just take a moment to settle in as we usually do. And you might close your eyes and begin to connect within yourself, as this is the place. Connecting within is the birthplace of anything else that we do in life. We want to connect with ourselves and allow this to be our home base. And so just feeling your body from the inside out, we'll take a deep breath in and exhale side out. Let yourself arrive here and let yourself receive whatever message is here for you to receive. Let your body relax. Your only job here is to be open and receptive. It's taking that time for yourself here. Then when you're ready, opening your eyes. How do you help somebody? How do you really, really help somebody who you can tell needs help, needs assistance? Maybe you have somebody in your life right now who's struggling. They're struggling with relationships, they're struggling with addictions. That's a big one. They're struggling with their work. You know somebody and you love them dearly and deeply, and they're having a hard time and you're not sure what to do. Maybe you've tried giving advice and it hasn't helped. Maybe you're really, really frustrated. Maybe you're despairing and sad because despite all of your efforts, this person hasn't sort of risen to the occasion. They haven't, quote unquote, gotten their stuff together, or they're still lost. And maybe because you love this person so much, their hurt, seeing them struggle and seeing them hurt is bringing stuff up for you as well. So we want to do two things here. We want to both acknowledge how we, as people who love the person who's struggling, how we are first impacted by that person and their behavior. And then second, I'm going to give you a practice that you can do to help with the situation and that will bring you some relief. So for one, when we're in relationship with somebody and we care about them and they're doing things that are not helpful for themselves and may in fact be harming themselves, and we see it, can bring up things for us. We can feel helpless. We can feel sad. If we live with somebody who has depression or has active addictions, we can certainly feel a lot of negative emotion. It can be really hard. And that's not because there's anything wrong with you. It's just because that's what it is to be in a relationship. We care deeply about other people. It's really normal to be affected by another person's behavior. And so just taking a moment to honor yourself in that if you are being impacted and affected, and taking a moment, putting your hand on your heart, and acknowledging how this is impacting you, just noticing if there's any hurt or sadness here. Really owning whatever part of this is challenging for you. And right now, we'll just beginning to stop making it about them. And we begin this healing process by turning the light of awareness towards ourselves, bringing compassion in and kindness. And then when you're ready, if your eyes were closed, you can open them. It's really important that we acknowledge how we're impacted. Second, we acknowledge what we have control over. Byron Katie puts it really nicely, and I do this with my clients as well when they're struggling with something like this. We ask the question, is it our business? Is it their business? Or is it the business of Source or God or the divine or whatever you call vast wisdom? Essentially, is this something that we have any control over? Is it even any of our business? I think you'll find oftentimes that we go too much over in the area of it being about their business. We start to give advice. We start to try to manage the other person. And when we go to that place, we're not doing ourselves or the other person any favors. We're not helping at that point. We're often giving the message to them that they're not good enough. And we're giving ourselves a message that we can't be okay until that person fixes themselves up. And so just take a moment with that and see how to be sane in this situation, we really have to pull back. We have to pull back from fixing. We have to pull back from managing. Now, this doesn't mean to say that we don't express our truth to this person. So step 2 can be expressing. Once we acknowledge how this person's behavior is impacting us, we can make the choice of whether we're going to express it to them or express it in some other way if expressing it to them you feel wouldn't be helpful. And just keeping it really simple, letting the other person know how you feel, how their behavior is impacting you. An example might be, I feel really sad, when I see you drink too much. Or I feel helpless when I see you get back in that relationship with that person who I know isn't good for you. I feel helpless and I feel angry. So keeping it really simple. And if you're not really sure about how to communicate feelings like this in a way that's clear without taking on too much responsibility, then I'd highly suggest either, you can do work with me. There's so many books out there on communication. I highly recommend Marshall Rosenberg. His work in nonviolent communication is a really good way of kind of finding out other options for how you can communicate your feelings to the other person. So that's part 2. And then part 3 is where we can do something active to help both the other person who's in the situation and ourselves as well. Because it doesn't feel good to quote unquote do nothing, does it? Often our attempts to really fix people is our attempt to help them. It's because we have this longing. We have this longing to help. It's part of loving. So we really want what's best for this person. We really want that for them. And so if we can acknowledge that longing in a way that doesn't step over our own or others' boundaries, we can begin to soothe sort of that ache or that anxiety. So the last step we can practice together. You might close your eyes and you might imagine this person who you see is struggling, who you might have tried to help or change, but nothing that you've done has helped. You might acknowledge in this situation that you've done as much as you can do and that you're ready now to let it go. Because you see clearly that what you've been doing isn't working. And then connecting deeply with the center of your heart and feeling the warmth of the heart, the space of the heart. You might invite in some kindness. Kindness to yourself and to the situation. And then now you might picture this person in your mind's eye. See them. And let your heart connect with this person and your deep longing for them to be happy. Really see them and acknowledge how deeply you want this happiness for them. And then we'll begin with the classic metta phrase, loving kindness practice, as taught by the Buddha, that is so applicable to any faith that you might be in, to any practice that you might have. I don't think that you'll find this to be an opposition. As you hold this person's image in your mind's eye, just offering them peace. May you be at peace with yourself as you are. May you be at peace. Seeing that person, wishing them peace, true, lasting peace that isn't conditional. And now the phrase, may you be at ease. May you be at ease. Offering this being, this wish, sensing how much you would like for them to be at ease because you love them. And though we don't need to know how this is going to happen, we're not concerned with the how. We're just honoring, acknowledging the longing of the heart. This is what we can do. May you be at ease. And the last phrase is, may you be happy. Again, feeling how much you want them to be happy. Acknowledging that deep wish. And then with them in your mind's eye, surrounding them with this happiness. May you be happy. Unconditionally. May you be at peace. May you be at ease. May you be happy. Letting that go. Returning to your breath. Allowing your hands to rest wherever is comfortable. We'll just take a few moments to sit in silence. And then intentionally letting this go. Louise Hay, I love what she says. She says when we put a order in at the kitchen, we don't keep checking on the order. We trust that it's like a done deal. It's going to come back the way we ordered it. So know that you've written your, you've presented your order to divine, whatever that might be for you, to source, to wisdom. And then just letting it go. Coming back to your breath, back to yourself. And then sensing what's true for you now. maybe you're a little more connected to your own natural ease and peace and joy. Taking that with you, affirming to yourself, knowing that as we own who we are completely and wholeheartedly, as we are willing to walk into the world embodying those qualities that we wish not just for others but also for ourselves, that we are not only healing us but everybody that we come into contact with. So I want to honor you for taking this time. Send you much love. Deep Gasho. Namaste. And if you liked this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos here weekly and bi-weekly, meditations, teachings. Feel free to subscribe. You can also subscribe to my newsletter, and I'll leave the link here so you can learn all about some upcoming programs and workshops that I have that I will be offering that may be of value to you. So thank you so much. Wishing you many blessings. Deep Gasho and Namaste.